All right, what's up, everybody? Let's get to the February 3rd, 2021 picks. Before that, though, let's talk a little bit about today. Just got back from the Baylor and Texas game. Unfortunately, that game went exactly as I thought it would. It went over, and Texas lost by Baylor covered the spread like I thought they would. But it was a great, exciting game. I'll be showing a little bit of video and some pictures I got from there. Additionally, we almost had one of our 0-win teams win, South Carolina State. They almost won, and I mean the money line was, like I told you guys, was pretty good. Look at FanDuel went up to 1,400, even 1,500, and actually came so close. You're not gonna have any other channel talking about 0-win teams and the possibility of winning. And college basketball is where you can make money from that happening. It's unlike any other sport. Unfortunately, my best bets, both of them lost today. I need to quit doing best bets, but the rest of the day went pretty good. But the best bets, man, like Dayton, I have no idea what happened in the first half. It's like Duquesne or whatever. They just opened a new stadium and they just played their brains out. But other than that, the day went pretty well. Iowa, I don't know what they were doing. North Carolina, same thing there. But yeah, those are a couple things. I went to the Baylor game and we almost had a no-win team win. But with that, let's get to the February 3rd picks. I don't have that many picks today just because there's a lot of great games on. Great college basketball games, but just not really easy to get an angle on any of them. First up, let's talk about Elon Musk University. Not really Elon Musk, but the Elon Phoenixes. I really like JMU. They've been playing well recently. Been getting some pretty good wins. Been covering the spread by a lot. So I like them to beat the Elons. Now the Elons aren't too good. They did cover this spread, but that was a back-to-back, and they lost 23 the day before. So I'm going to take JMU here. Next up, I mean, JMU's giving up a lot, but the Elon Musks aren't that good. Next up, Fordham at UMass. Now, Fordham is one of the worst teams in the nation. You see, they can't even score over 50, which is pretty, you have to be pretty terrible to do that. And UMass is one of the best offenses. For some reason, UMass is only giving up 13.5. I would give up the 13.5 against Fordham, and they're at home, so I would take UMass here. Next up is Virginia Tech at Pitt. And Virginia Tech's only giving up 3. And I know Virginia Tech, I can't tell whether they're missing a player or something. So, but then they destroy Virginia. So I can't tell whether Virginia Tech's supposed to be struggling or not, but they're still powering along, and they're only giving up 3 against Pitt. And Pitt's not good at all. And they're pretty good at getting, they just haven't been doing that well. So I like Virginia Tech here. It's not a great thing, but I mean, Pitt isn't that amazing to me. And Virginia Tech just blew out Virginia, so might as well ride the Virginia Tech team, especially with 3 points. Come on. Next up, we're going to be going over VMI at Wofford. And I'm not picking the spread on this game, but I'm picking the under. Just because Wofford it's been going under, and they've had these high totals, and they just haven't been hitting them. Same thing. I mean, the reason this game is so high is because of the VMI, and I mean Wofford's earlier games. Wofford they've not been going up there in the points recently. If you look, and when they played VMI recently, and that game went over. But I mean, other than that, but Other than that, they haven't been playing as well as they should have. So I like them to go under here. Even Citadel, you see Citadel is a high scoring team as well. And I mean, they've gone over with VMI before, but this game just feels like an under for me. Next up is Kentucky at Missouri. Missouri's really good. They were ranked pretty high earlier, but they've had a loss in the past week to Auburn. But they have some good wins. They're one of the best teams in the country. The thing is, people like Kentucky a lot, but I'm not one of those people. And I think you're getting some value here with only 4.5. So I'm going to be taking Missouri minus 4.5. Next up is Incarnate Word at Lamar. Lamar is one of the worst teams. Incarnate Word is not that much better, but Incarnate Word is only giving up. No, Incarnate Word is getting 4.5. And Incarnate Word played Abilene Christian pretty well the other day, who I bet on that game. And so I kind of like them here. They're getting points from Lamar, and Lamar is not good. So I'm just going to take those points. Why not? These teams are indistinguishable. Their logos are even look the same. But Lamar is not good. They don't cover the spread, and they're giving up points to Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word should be giving up the points to Lamar. So Incarnate Word is who I'm taking in that game. San Diego State. Next up is San Diego State at New Mexico. New Mexico is one of the worst teams there are, unless they're playing a really bad team like Air Force or not Air Force, but like San Jose State and Fresno. Then they've been okay covering those games. They've covered 2 games in there, which is pretty amazing. I mean, they lost them. So New Mexico State, New Mexico, it's not New Mexico State. I always get them mixed up, but they're one of the worst teams. San Diego State is one of the best teams, not just because they can score, but their defense is insane. And so I think they're going to totally destroy New Mexico. That's my assumption. And the other thing to note here is that San Diego State's been getting up there in the points. So I like the over. The over is only 127.5 here. And New Mexico's defense is terrible. And it's San Diego State. So I think this one's going to easily go over this 127.5. And I also like the spread here. Next up, wanted to cover Houston at East Carolina. East Carolina is terrible. They have a whole bunch of COVID issues. Houston is one of the best teams in the country. I think this is going to be easily Houston minus 16 is a great pick here. Houston has just been completely dominant. Also wanted to cover Georgetown at Creighton. Now, Creighton is really good, but one thing you'll notice about Creighton is they don't cover the spread. And this is because most of their games are pretty close to, obviously not Seton Hall, but a lot of their games are pretty close games. Obviously these are better teams, but Georgetown is getting a lot of points. So I'm going to take Georgetown here, plus 13.5. So those are my picks for February 3rd, 2021. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video.